She kept one sentence half-written for months, a line that began to explain why she would leave everything she knew and step into a world that hadn't been built for someone like her. The sentence never felt finished. Every time she tried to close it, another idea pushed through the words. That quiet, unfinished line became a pattern. Start a thought, then let curiosity do the rest. What followed would take her from a small town in Pakistan to a tiny studio in New York, and eventually to the helm of a brand people buy for comfort, not just style. Sidra Qasim grew up in Okara, where social expectations often pointed young women down a predictable path. Instead of accepting that, she let two different loves grow side by side: a curiosity for how things are made and a sensitivity for how they look and feel. That unlikely pairing, engineering-minded problem-solving plus a designer's eye, later became the secret engine behind her success. Early accounts of her education vary, but the through line is clear. She built both technical and design skills that allowed her to bridge craft and commerce. Her first big experiment was Markhor, a company she co-founded with Waqas Ali. They began with a deceptively simple idea: take rural Pakistani artisans' centuries-old skills and introduce them to a global audience, not as exotic objects, but as well-made products with modern design lines. They started in Pakistan, where handcrafted leatherwork was a living tradition, and tried to make it sustainable and profitable for makers and buyers alike. Markhor's approach caught attention quickly and became one of the earliest Pakistani startups accepted into Y Combinator in 2015, a milestone that opened doors and taught Sidra how the startup world thinks. Working with artisans taught Sidra something fundamental. Many people don't need luxury. They need everyday design that fits and lasts. That insight led her and Waqas to pivot and launch Atoms in New York, a direct-to-consumer shoe brand built around fit, comfort, and simplicity. Atoms' differentiator was practical: quarter sizes, careful fit, and a focus on the small details that make a shoe feel like part of your body. The brand's minimalist aesthetic and obsession with fit quickly found an audience. The market noticed. In August 2019, Atoms raised a Series A round of roughly $8.1 million, a validation that investors believed in Sidra and Waqas's product-first approach and their plan to scale thoughtfully. That funding allowed Atoms to improve product development, expand retail experiments, and grow the team in New York. Sidra's path was never purely about fundraising or press. Her leadership combined quiet technical discipline with a deep empathy for makers, users, and colleagues. She steered operations and finance, while co-founder Waqas focused more on brand and product storytelling, a split that let each founder play to their strengths. Over time, that partnership evolved into a new chapter. In September 2022, Sidra was named CEO of Atoms, formalizing her role as the company's operational and strategic leader as it moved toward profitability and broader scale. But Sidra kept the other half of the sentence alive, the part that tied business to purpose. Both Markhor and Atoms remained oriented around people, empowering artisans in Pakistan, promoting ethical production, and designing products that didn't exclude by price or comfort. She used her platforms to mentor other founders and to bring attention to how thoughtful design and fair production can coexist. Today, Sidra's story reads like a simple formula: curiosity plus craft plus courage, but it's the small, unfinished lines that matter most. The notebook by her bed, the half-written sentence, the decision to leave a small town for a global stage. They're reminders that big changes often start as tiny, unresolved thoughts. Sidra Qasim turned those fragments into companies that connect people from Pakistani artisans to New York consumers. And in doing so, she reshaped what modern footwear can mean.